Well, hey, y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan. I'm your hostess, and I hope I don't look washed out today. I've been playing with the lighting in my house, and it's overcast outside. I'm in the middle of the house, so the lighting is not that great. But we're going to have a good live today, I do believe, and I'm waiting for y'all to come into the house so we can get you welcomed in, and then we're going to get into our subjects of the day, which is unhealthy foods and planting the spring garden. So as soon as I start seeing some folks showing up, hey, Lazarick Homestead, welcome in, welcome in. So glad that you're here. I'm going to get your name on my list. I haven't started it yet, but you can't see it too good today. Hey, Jamie, Country Living. All right, Cocoa Bean, quit licking mama. I'm getting your names written down. That way I can go check your channels out this week and maybe give you a little bit of watch time. Down, baby girl. We are expecting some mild to moderate storms to move through our area today. So if I lose the feed, it will be because of the weather. I have no idea what time these storms are supposed to move in, but we are expecting them. We are going to be close to 70 degrees today, and 70 degrees in the south means tornado weather. Lazarick, you just woke up. All right. Hey, Papa's Kitchen and Littlefoot Ranch. How are y'all doing? Get everybody's name down on my list. I'm hoping a few more people will come on in. If you wouldn't mind, if you have the capability of sharing this out, please do. Share it out. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up. And if you're a newbie here, which I don't see anybody new yet, but if you're new here, then I would ask everyone to watch at least 3 to 5 minutes of a video of any member that's on in our chat, and then hit the like and subscribe and leave a meaningful comment. If you don't do all of that, YouTube will scrub your friendship. Hey, AR, I'm glad you're back. I hope that you're feeling better. AR's been a little bit on the sick side, a little puny. Hey, Corner Clubhouse Cabot, welcome in. CNC Farm Ashley, hey, welcome in. It's so nice to see everybody here today. I'm excited because we're going to be talking about two subjects that need to be talked about, but we're also going to do some channel shout outs and find out where you're at on your journey to that 1K, 4,000 watch hour trip that we're all on. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you're better, AR. Lazarick says, getting over the vid here myself, the whole house. Okay. So y'all all had it too, huh? Thank you so much, Lazarick, for doing that. I appreciate it. Oh, congratulations, Corner Clubhouse Cabot. You just hit 1K. How are you doing on watch hours? Hey, Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. That's Miss Tarsha. We're so glad that you're here. And I'm waiting to see if Corner Clubhouse Cabot has made their 4,000 watch hours yet or not. Need lots and lots of watch hours. So we're going to put you on our watch hour list. And I'll try to get to you this week. I'm working on Carpenter's Self-Reliance right now. When I get through with his playlist, I will move on to yours. I appreciate you doing that, Lazarus Homestead. I really do. Thank you for doing that. Or anybody else. I know Ashley's been running my playlist. So thank you so much for doing that, because I need the watch hours too. I'm getting closer to that 1K. And I want my watch hours to be closer to that 4,000 watch hours that we all need. No, I misspelled it, Papa's Kitchen. Thank you, Tarsha, for doing that. I really do appreciate that. Okay, we're going to get on into the subjects of the day. And y'all, I'm going to start with the shout outs, because we now have several channels that are trying to reach that 4,000 watch hours. They've made the 1K, but they are lacking in the watch hours. The first one is Missy's channel. She got very sick a while back. Actually, she had to have back surgeries. So she was off her page for about 4 years, and she lost all her watch hours. They left her friends on there, but they took all her watch hours away. So she is trying to rebuild her channel and watch hours. And she's got a great channel. She does some gaming on there. She crochets. She is artistic. And I think you'll find a little bit of everything on her channel. She also is very spiritual and has a King James Version audio playlist on her channel. Vision Preparedness, our friend, who's always trying to get us prepared and ready for whatever may come our way, also needs watch hours. He hit his 1K not too long ago. Wolf Spirit Productions is working on getting their watch hours. They're a great channel. They do a lot of traveling. They're truck drivers, I do believe. And you're going to see them out on the road a lot. Bad Stang, who's not here yet, but he needs watch hours desperately. And, excuse me, I still got that cough, y'all. He does a lot of work on cars and stuff. So you'll see him going to car shows and doing work on his different cars that he has. Great guy to watch. Carpenter's Self-Reliance. He says it all in his title. He is a farmer. He raises cattle. He raises pigs. They do their own meat processing and all kinds of farm equipment and stuff like that you're going to see on his channel. He also does some product reviews on there. So you're going to find all kinds of great things on his channel. Hey, the Bud Files, welcome in. And of course, Corner Clubhouse Gabolt just hit 1K and needs the watch hours also. So we're going to add them to our list of today. Channels needing friends. The Inquisitive Farmhouse just hit 1K and needs help too with watch hours. So we're going to get her on the list too. Inquisitive. Okay, that's the Inquisitive Farm Wife. I said it wrong. So we're going to get her on the list also. Yeah, she does a lot of cooking and all kinds of nice videos in there. So glad that we can include them on our list. So somehow this coming week, I'm going to try to hit Corner Clubhouse Gabolt. And then after that, I'll try to hit Inquisitive Farm Wife and give them some watch hours. Okay, now we're going to move on to our friends that are working on building their channels. Jamie's Country Living. Jamie has a wonderful channel, and I just love Jamie to pieces. I mean, she does all kinds of cooking and things like that. It is country living, and of course, you know, means farming. Hush, baby girl. They're wanting to act up today, y'all. They want to be on the film. Jamie has 624. Hush. 624 friends, y'all. This is life. There's no doubt about it. She needs to get up to the 1K, and she's working on it. We can help her. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna have to stop my camera. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, get down, Coco. All right, y'all, I'm coming back. I had my cat locked up, had the door open. I had to get the door closed and let the cat on out. I was trying to do this the right way today, but it's not working out. And now my dogs are on the floor and they're going to stay there. So give me just a second and I'll restart the cam. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Oh, my Lord. Jamie was talking about you. Oh, my goodness. You were putting the pooch out to potty and I was trying to get all my animals to behave. So Jamie is a great channel. She's got 624 friends. Y'all, we can push her out to 1K really quick and help her get those watch hours that I know she's looking for also. So y'all check that out. Urban, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. Get you on my list. Okay, the next channel is Papa's Kitchen. And he has 277 friends. He has a great cooking channel, y'all. I love a man in the kitchen, and he's definitely in there cooking up some really good food. We can push him. Share these channels out. If you see a video on their channel, share them out so that they can gain new friends along the way. It helps you and it helps them. Oh, that was sweet. Thank you very much, Littlefoot Ranch. I appreciate that. Jamie, you're something else. You're a sweetheart too, honey. Okay, Eddie Lugo Studios, and I am just new to his channel. I can't really tell you much about it. I did go and watch some of the videos this week on that channel. But he has 730 subscribers, friends, y'all. My slip of the tongue. He has 730. We can push him to 800 easily. I know that people will like his channel because I liked what I watched the other day. Wellness with Miami is fairly new here with me, but she wants everyone to understand wellness and well-being, and her channel is all about that. I do believe she uses some AI on that. She has 345 friends, and we would like to see her get up to 500. Storyteller Donnie. I love Donnie and I love Joy. He does a lot of storytelling on his channel, but he does a lot of artwork on there too, his personal artwork. He's very good at what he does, and I really enjoy him and Joy together, and I enjoy watching their separate channels. He has 352 friends, and let's push him, y'all. He's got a lot of great content there that needs to be pushed out. Hey, Good Times with Jen and Steve, welcome in. Get you on my list. Okay, Whispering from the Dark is another new channel to me. The title can kind of give you an idea what's going on their channel, but they have a lot of great content. I'm getting to know them, so I'm not going to talk too much about them, but they have 435 friends, and I'd like to see them at 500. I'd like to see all these channels grow and grow exponentially. Team Jesus Ministries is another channel that Donnie and Joy Bless Life run, and they have 86 friends on that channel. They give you a lot of Christian, spiritual related materials on that channel, and it is a great channel. Papa's Kitchen, I did miss your comment. Let me go back and look. Hang on a second. Oh, no, you made cricket cookies. I told them if anyone had any complaints, see Susan. This is where it all started. Yeah, I won't be eating those. I'm sorry, I don't eat bugs. Not unless they fly in my nose, then, or my mouth, you know. That will be the only way I will ever eat a bug. Okay, so Team Jesus Ministries is really a great channel, and I'd love to see them get past that 100 mark and get on its way to becoming a very well-known channel out there in YouTube land. Martiza C, welcome in. Got you on my list, honey. Hey, Alfonso, welcome in. Y'all, Alfonso was one of my guests on a previous live, and he plays all kinds of instruments, and he's partially blind. So y'all go check out his channel and help him grow. He's great at what he does. I was really just pleased as punch that he came up on panel that day. Littlefoot Ranch. I know you're in the house. I see you there. This is a new channel to me, but it's all about the ranch life, the homesteading. I'm looking forward to getting to know more about them. And they have 221 friends, and we want to push them to 300 if possible or more. So let's get out there and check out Littlefoot Ranch. The Journals of the Awakening is another new channel to me, and I'm just now getting to know this channel a little bit, and I'm looking forward to finding out more about their content. They have 529 friends, and we want to push them to 600 if possible. Faith and Feathers, which is our friend Bonnie, who lost her husband not too long ago, has 59 friends on her page, and we want to get her pushed to 100 at least. She has some really cute shorts and stuff in there. Chickens, she loves chickens and all kinds of things. And she just did a video that was the sweetest video honoring her husband. And I want y'all to all go over to Faith and Feathers and check out that video. It was really heartwarming and touching to see. And Corky's Tea Time, Miss Corky does gardening, and she also has tea parties and little talks and stuff, and real sweet lady. I'm getting to know her. She has 33 friends, so we want to help her to grow also. Now, some of y'all have come in a little late, and I see Handicapped Traveler came in. Hey, Dan, how are you? And if I missed anybody, just put another comment down there if I missed you, and I'll get your name in there. Hey, Bad Stang, you got a shout out just a few seconds ago, not too long ago. But we're pushing for all these channels to either grow friends or grow watch hours. So these are the ones I have for this week. And of course, I want everybody to type the word hillbilly and drop it into the chat one at a time, because Nightbot can only keep up with one at a time. But this will help any newbies that are out there find your channel and help each other find your channels. It's a great way to grow your channel. This is what this is all about. And I really do appreciate that. Now, Gail's Southern Living has a collaboration going on that is open to anyone, and it's 5 things that are true about yourself, 5 things that are false about yourself. You can go over to Gail's Southern Living and check out her video on that. She will add you on if you want to be a part of that collaboration. I do not know the ins and outs of it. I just happened to be tagged in a video trying to get me involved in it. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I haven't decided yet. But it's out there, and I don't know of any other collaborations going on right now. But I'm sure there's some out there, and if you want to drop a name of a collaboration in the chat box, then you'll help other people find these collaborations. And a lot of times the collaborations will have a giveaway at the end of it, so it's really nice to get involved in that. Okay. I'm talking my mouth off. My channel update as of today. Now, last week I had 802 friends, and this week I have 799. YouTube is playing their game again, or the people are not following the instructions of the 3 to 5 minutes of watch time, like, subscribe, and leaving a meaningful comment. And I would suggest just watching a whole video. If it's not too long, just go ahead and watch that. Okay, Crystal at Whole New Perspective has Jar It Up 23, and it's open. I don't know that channel, but I need to check that one out. Let me write this name over here so I can remember. Okay. And Good Times Homestead says, I'm in Fermented February, hosted by Anna Fermented Homestead. Okay. I'll check that one out too, because I have not heard of these channels. So this helps me out. It's always great to find out new channels. Okay, so Jarred Up 2023 is the whole month of January. That's good to know. You know, I haven't been canning, y'all. I have been a slacker, but I'm working on decluttering my house right now, because we are going to be doing some major renovations around here, and I've got to get this house organized. Hey, Warm Strong Adventures, welcome in, welcome in. So glad that you're here, my friend. So if anybody needs watch hours, let me know. If you made it to the 1K, let me know. Hey, BMC, the formula, you're new here. Welcome in. My animals are being very, very vocal today. The cat's meowing, the dogs are growling at each other, you know, typical day in the life of a farm wife. So, my topics. We're going to talk about some unhealthy foods. And I have my list written down, and I'm only going to do 10 of them. I know there are tons and tons of unhealthy foods out there. The reason I'm doing this is because the more autoimmune diseases that I come up with, for me personally, the more foods that are limited to me personally. So, you know, that's just the way it is. The blood clotting disorder means, you know, I have to limit vitamin K foods, which are the foods that I love the most, which is cabbage and spinach and peas and things like that. And Bad Stang, I don't know if I welcomed you in or not, but I'm going to put you on my list. And I did do a shout out for you, Bad Stain. I hope you get some watch hours out of that. And I think you will, because everybody's excited about doing these watch hour things. So with diabetes, you have to watch the carbs, which means the sugars, the starches like the bread and potatoes and rice and sweets, things like that. You have to watch everything that you eat. And I know people with thyroid conditions have to watch certain foods. So the list just goes on, and pretty soon we have nothing left to eat, y'all. So what are we going to do about it? Well, my first step is to look at the unhealthy foods and figure out why so many of us are getting these autoimmune diseases. And y'all, it's been a rough battle for me, because I started out with problems as a child with kidney infections and stuff like that. Didn't know what was causing it. Being put on medication to clear up infections, stuff like that. And the list just goes on. And it was like a trickle effect. I developed asthma as a young adult. Never had asthma, but I had really bad bronchitis one year. And more than likely, I had pneumonia at one point with it, because it went on for about 6 months. And it finally ended with asthma. And it was a long haul for me to get past the asthma. So, these are things that we have to look at when we have autoimmune diseases. But I'm telling everybody, you need to be paying attention to these foods and what they're putting into our foods. Monkey, get down. Hang on, y'all. He's going where he's not supposed to go. The water works. He doesn't like water, so I shoot water at him. Anyway, with all these autoimmune things going on, I want to know what's going into our food that's causing a lot of this. And a lot of it is the processed foods that we're buying. And I really am leaning very strongly towards going to a raw foods diet completely, because growing our own, we know what we have, and getting our food sourced from sources that we trust and not going to the grocery store. Now, we know the 3-letter word organization that is government run that covers the pharmaceuticals and our food. I'm not going to name names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. They are allowing things to be put into our foods that is not healthy for us. And I'm going to discuss 10 of those today. This is just a beginning list. I'm sure I'm going to find others along the way, and y'all may know some, and you can drop them in the chat. Lazarus says, right now, I'm right there with you. Kidney issues since a child, diabetic now. I have to really watch what I eat. It's why I have a basement full of water. Yeah, exactly. Even our water, if you live in a city, your water is more than likely chlorinated and fluorinated. So keep that in mind. They recycle all the wastewater in the cities. So you may be getting a lot of other things that are not being filtered out. So here we go. And I saw this just a moment ago in the chat, and y'all don't get mad at me, but this was the number one thing I had on my list, but it doesn't mean it's number one, is diet sodas. Diet sodas contain aspartame, and it raises your blood sugar and overloads your liver. Did you know that? I mean, not all of them contain aspartame now. They're using other sweeteners, but you're still getting some kind of a side effect from those sweeteners. The only sweetener that I trust, well, there's 2 of them, is stevia and monk fruit sweetener. And stevia I don't care for because it leaves an aftertaste. It is a natural plant, and you can grind it up and make it into a sugar powder. Monk fruit is grown overseas in Asia somewhere, and it is 0 carbs, 0 calories, and it tastes like sugar and can be used like sugar. So those are the two things that I would suggest switching to if you're going to do any kind of sugar, alternative sugars. One of those two. And I know monk fruit sweetener is pretty expensive, but it's well worth the money if you're not getting the calories and the carbs from that, and you're still getting that sweet that your body's craving. Number 2 is probably going to upset a lot of folks because I've had to give up most fried foods. But deep fried foods. Thank you, Papa's Kitchen. I'm glad to hear that you're going to do a liver cleanse. He's going to start that soon, so we need to keep an eye on that. But deep fried foods are very high in calorie content, and they cause inflammation. How many of us have inflammation? Hey, the Stocks Explorer Nora, welcome in, welcome in. I'm sorry I've been missing your lives, honey. I've been busy trying to declutter my house. Lazarus says, I was a French fry junkie my whole life and had to change that. And that's not easy. Yeah, if you're addicted to any kind of food, and I call it an addiction, it's really hard to let go of that. I love potatoes. I love rice. I love bread. I love sugar, things that are not all that healthy for me. Everything has to be done in moderation. The third thing is really hard for me because I love my bacon. My husband loves sausage. And bacon and sausage is high in nitrates, which causes inflammation. And we don't know what else it does. But, I haven't studied up on nitrates yet, but I need to go and do a study on that one. And I've actually boxed in the word on my paper here, so I will note I need to go back and check that. Sugary cereals. For years, I ate cereal for breakfast. Not necessarily sugary ones, but I ate cereal. It's a processed food, and it contains so many things. It contains butylated hydroxytoluene, BHT, and it contains butylated hydroxyanisole, BHA, and these are refined carbs added sugar, and it leads to obesity, heart issues, or health issues like diabetes and heart disease. So I have given up all boxed cereals except for oatmeal. I will eat oatmeal, and I will eat cream of wheat, stuff like that. Basic cereals. Hey, Joy Bless Life, welcome in, welcome in. I hope I haven't missed anybody. I did shout out Storyteller Donnie and Team Jesus Ministries a few minutes ago, Joy. So glad that you're here. So cutting out these foods, I'm looking at healthier alternatives. White sugar. Who doesn't like sweet tea? Be honest, or Cokes. All of them are really high in sugar. And it is because of the high consumption rate, it's linked to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and it's very high on the glycemic index and high in carbs. And Here's one that I thought was going to be healthy, but it wasn't healthy. Bottled fruit smoothies. Bottled fruit smoothies are carb-filled, sugar-filled. It skyrockets the blood sugar, and there's absolutely no fiber in it. So you're losing all your fiber. So what is the alternative? Make your own smoothies at home because you're going to get the fiber. You're going to control the sugar that goes into it, and it's going to be a lot healthier for you. Yes, Tarsha, I agree. Water for me. And I don't drink sodas. Very rarely do you see me drinking a soda. I will drink unsweet tea, and it's usually decaffeinated because the caffeine is messing with my heart rate. Okay, number 7. We're getting through this list pretty quick. Alfonso says, I love raspberry tea, but I stopped drinking soda 15 years ago. I am now 39. I would never have guessed you're 39 years old, Alfonso. He looks like he's in his early 20s, y'all. Excuse me, I'm going to get a cough drop. No live chats available. Oh, wow. I hope you get that worked out, Jen and Steve. Jamie, there's no such thing as being a pre-diabetic. You either are or not. And your weakness is chocolate. Well, my heart doctor said dark chocolate, if you're going to be eating chocolate, dark chocolate is the way to go because it's good for your heart. You just have to control the amount that you're eating. So what I have done is I go and get the semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I'll put them in a jar. And if I get a desire for chocolate, I will take a tablespoon, no more than that. And I would eat that instead of going and getting a candy bar. Alfonso, you are not older than me, honey. You're just a baby. I got a daughter that's your age. And Lazarus said, my weakness is French fries and ice cream. Ice cream is hard for me because it's one of my favorite go-to desserts. Yeah, a practitioner told you that. They want you to believe that you're pre-diabetic. But diabetes is nothing to play around with, folks. I'm going to tell you that on the front end. You can lose limbs. It can cost you your life. You can have a massive heart attack or a stroke. It's not anything to play with. A lot of people don't understand that about diabetes. Fast foods, and we've already talked about the French fries. But it's not so much about the fast food as it is what they wrap it in. Because you got to remember, they're wrapping your food, and a lot of times, especially convenience stores will wrap hot items, food items, in plastic wrap and put it under a heat lamp. So remember that. Phthalates, I hope I'm saying that right, is used in plastic wrap. It is endocrine disrupting chemical toxins. It causes metabolic syndrome, inflammation, and weight gain, and who knows what else. I do know that plastics will show up in your blood if you ask your doctors to do a panel on that. Hey, JJ Little Show. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. You're new. I'll have to go check out your channel. Says, new friend here, saw you live. I came on board, started this channel the other day and been out watching YouTube for 3 years. Good afternoon, ma'am. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. I will be checking your channel out this week. On my lives, I write down everybody's name on the list. And I know it's kind of hard to see if I can get it in the right light. But I write down all the channels that come through. all my friends that come through, even if you don't have a channel. So we will be checking that out. Do me a favor and type in the word hillbilly, and Nightbot will drop your link, and then other channels can go find you, and you can go through the live for some of the other channels that's dropped their links. You can connect, watch 3 to 5 minutes of a video, then like and subscribe and leave a meaningful comment, and that will secure your friendship with that channel. So y'all make sure you do that. Okay. Everybody thinks that brown rice is healthy. Well, let me tell you, brown rice is high in arsenic. It is better for you to go get some white rice. And even then, you need to rinse it really good because it's still going to have some arsenic in it. But it is a carcinogen. It causes skin, bladder, and lung cancers. Hillbilly isn't working for me. I'm sorry. Good times. If one of my moderators are here, they can go grab your link, though. Yes, ice cream in a tub is expensive air. Yeah. You're welcome, storyteller Johnny. So if you're going to eat rice, you want to make sure that you rinse it really good before you eat it anyway. And if you're diabetic like I am, with any of the starchy foods, you want to cook it and refrigerate it first and then reheat it. It does something to the structure of it, and it actually lowers the glycemic index on it. Doesn't mean that you won't get fat off of it, but it'll lower that glycemic index a little bit. It won't spike your blood sugar as high. Thank you, Joy Bless Life, for doing that. I appreciate that. Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty. I was recently told this about the non-dairy creamers, and I'm not going to name the brand names, but y'all all know who it is. And it's not just them, it's all non-dairy creamers. Did you know that they will catch fire? Throw it up in the air and put a lighter under it and see what happens. There's a video on Down the Rabbit Hole. There's 2 videos over there, actually, that you can go watch. And he will show you what happens when you do that. Hey, Candy. I appreciate you coming in, honey. Get you on my list. And I hope I haven't missed anybody. But many campers will use the non-dairy creamer to start a fire when they're out camping. Did y'all know this? I was totally shocked. I was like, what? Yeah, Urban says most of the food we eat is flammable. White corn syrup solids are good for me. Yes, it's funny how the government does do that, Urban. It just is so strange to me. But it boosts your calorie intake. You know, if you use this product, it boosts your calorie intake. It's made with fats and trans fats, which is not good for you. It causes heart problems. It causes digestion problems. And it raises your cholesterol levels. Now, I'm probably going to trip all over this word, but I'm going to try to say it. Potassium phosphate is an anti-caking ingredient. It has absolutely zero health benefits, and overuse of it can lead to kidney issues. This product is heavily processed and may be harmful to your health. Yes, Papa's Kitchen, and a lot of our foods are banned in other countries. Coca-Cola, it's a brand name, but any kind of cola, um, over in some countries, they use it as a pesticide. The side effects from a non-dairy creamer, y'all. Listen to this list. I was shocked. And I hear people all the time, they'll drink coffee and then all of a sudden they'll say, I've got a headache. Well, headaches is a side effect of this. Constipation, confusion, hyperphosphatemia, which I have no idea what that is because I didn't get a chance to look it up. Nausea, dizziness, vomiting, and diarrhea. All caused from your non-dairy creamer. Now, phosphorus is not classified as a carcinogen, but it's suspected to be because of reproductive and development issues after using it. And that was enough for me. Phosphorus is not used in gunpowder, but sulfur is used. And I believe that that type of phosphorus has some kind of sulfur in it. I'm looking to see if I missed anybody, and I don't think I did. The last one is cooking sprays. And y'all, I threw a can of cooking spray out this morning. Hey, California kind of family homestead. Welcome in. Carolina. I think I said California. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm so glad that you're here. But I threw out a can of cooking spray this morning after I read this. Fox News gave this information. I was shocked that that even came out on Fox News or any news outlet for that matter. But it contains, and I'm going to trip over this long word, dimethyl polysiloxane. It's a silicone. It keeps oil from foaming. This is also found in cosmetics, refrigerants, and silly putty. Don't give the kids silly putty, y'all. Diactyl is the butter flavoring, and its long-term exposure is severe respiratory disease. And both of those are GMO products in our cooking spray. The propellants is isobutane or propane, and it's the short for it is GRAS, GRAS, generally recognized as safe by the you name it 3-letter government organization that we all trust and obey. What is a better idea for this? Would be buying one of those little oil misters that you can buy at Walmart or on Amazon. And I would stay away from the aluminum one. I would go with a glass one. But just so y'all know, that was the 10 that I looked at today. Thank you for coming in, Lazarus and Papa. I appreciate both of y'all coming in today. We're going to move on to the subject of our spring garden. And at this time, anybody that wants to come up on panel would be welcome to come up. I'm going to drop the link. And Alfonso is asking for prayers for his store. Unfortunately, one guy hid in the bathroom before closing, and unfortunately, he stayed behind and slept until he broke the door down to get out of the store at 3 a.m. Oh, my goodness. So right now, we're going to just pray for Alfonso's job that this will not happen again. He works for the ARC thrift store, so y'all keep that in mind. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you first and foremost that nobody was hurt employee-wise by this man that stayed behind in the store and broke the door down at 3 a.m. Lord, we just ask you right now to place a hedge of protection around the ARC thrift stores and employees, Father. Not just the one that Alfonso's in, but all across our country, Lord. We just ask you to guard and guide these people and keep them safe. And Lord, we pray that this man or woman or whoever it was would come to know Jesus, Father, and would not do this kind of thing again. We ask all this in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Yep. Hey, Fluffy, welcome in. Welcome in. You came in when I was praying. Got to get you on my list. Y'all, spring garden. We've literally done nothing to even get started on our spring garden. We did tear down a lot of stuff in the fall. We threw out the little grow bags that we bought because they dry rotted because we had such a terrible heat this summer. They dry rotted out in the open air. So they're gone. We kept our purple buckets that we bought, and they are the mineral buckets that they feed cattle out of. Hey, Vision Preparedness and Janet Homestead, where you are, welcome in, welcome in. Trent, I shouted out your channel again to try to get you some watch hours. Okay. We took all the soil that we had in those little grow bags and we put them into blue barrels that we have cut the bottom out of that we grew potatoes in last year. And my husband closed the top and it's been sitting there, and he's added some amendments to the soil. He added some duck, turkey, and chicken manure and mixed it in with that. And he opened it up the other day and it's looking really, really healthy. So we're thankful for that, because last year we bought a lot of bagged soils and manures and got crappy material to grow out of. So we're hoping that this will improve the soil. Alfonso says, I recommend using stock tanks for your garden. They work pretty well, especially when it comes to weed control. That's good to know. I'll have to look into that. We are planning on going back to planting in the ground this year. Last year was a hard year for us because I had Covovo the end of January. And y'all, it was not fun. And then we had that big drought that came through, and the crops suffered really bad. I lost a lot of crops. I know a lot of people did. A few of y'all were blessed and knew what to do, but I deal with sandy soil here, so growing in the ground was kind of a no from the get-go. A couple of years ago, we did straw bales for tomatoes, and that did really well, but it's expensive to go buy those. But it also, as they break down, it puts all that good nutrients back into the earth, and so that helped the soil out. So these are things that we have done in the past. We are planning on eventually having a garden that is enclosed, because we have deer and wild animals that get into the garden and eat stuff. And we're going to do a chicken run around the perimeter of the garden. Yes, Joy. Anybody that doesn't have a yard for gardening, you can do a deck or patio with a bucket drip gardening. Dutch buckets work really good. Woman Outdoors, welcome in, LB. I'm glad you stopped by. Y'all go enjoy your dinner with your mama. Tell her we said hi. Hey, Teresa at Old Ways Gardening and Prepping, welcome in, welcome in. Get y'all's names on my list. Gotta fix my pen. I've been over here playing with it. So anybody that wants to come up on the panel is more than welcome to. I have to know you have known your channel for a while though. And you do have to show your face in order to come up on the panel. So I'm going to drop that link again. But I am going to be going out in these purple buckets because we did not amend anything in there. We're going to clean out some of the soil out of the duck pens because the duck poo is lower in nitrogen. Hi, Our Home, Our Life. Welcome in. Welcome in. And Barb's Country Home. Welcome in. So this is some of the things that we're going to be doing to get those buckets ready to grow in. And then we're going to be doing, hey, Beverly, welcome in. I'm still writing down names, y'all. We're going to be going through our seeds very shortly. I've got a lot of seed, y'all. And I'm going to have to decide what we're planting this year. But I really am hoping and praying that we can get our fence line put up because it would be perfect for growing beans on. I wouldn't have to put a support up there to grow the beans on. And I've got several varieties of beans that I want to grow. And my friend Alfonso is coming up, y'all. Y'all are going to be blessed.
Hello.
Hey, Alfonso.
Can you hear me?
Before we get started, though, I wanted to let everybody know, I forgot to say this a while ago, is today is my first year anniversary for the first video that I put up. Now, I've been on YouTube for many, many years, but I never started a channel. And I think I started my channel in 2021, but I never did put a video out until 2022. So the very first video came out 1 year ago today.
Wow,
so that's
congratulations.
celebration time for my channel. And Alfonso's going to play some music for us.
Let me see if you could hear my organ.
Y'all are going to be blessed. I'm telling you.
Can you guys hear it?
Yes. Hey, Missy.
We're going to play one of my favorites called Count Your Blessings.
He is so talented, y'all. I really enjoy listening to him. Missy got a shout out at the beginning of this live. He needs watch hours, everybody. So with my this year, we want to see. And yesterday I saved the question I did. And I'm going to be drying that out, and I'm going to try to put some of those seed in my giveaway. We'll do the 1K giveaway. Yes, I love listening to him. Alfonso is so talented. Y'all be praying for me because she lost her beloved honey, her standard poodle, not too long ago. So we're praying for her. This young man is super, super talented, y'all. I'm so proud that he came back. Beautiful music. If somebody would just drop Alfonso's link for us, I appreciate it. trying to grow his channel too, y'all. We need all the friends we can get out here. There's something very relaxing about an organ playing person. You can really get into listening to him all day long, can't y'all? Thank you, Tarsha, for doing that. Hey, Alfonso, come over here and tell us about your channel.
My channel is the AS Blind Me Production. I do multimedia art, graphic, animation, photography, video production. Mostly do music. My channel most focus on rural lifestyle, western, agriculture, railroad, mostly music, and advocacy for people with disabilities to inspire them that nothing's impossible.
You're among many friends here because I know that handicapped traveler, he believes he's handicapable. I walk with a cane and have multiple problems with myself, and I'm also have a speech problem here lately because I have a white mass on my frontal lobe, and I struggle to find words sometimes.
Well, I walk around with a white cane too, so
Yeah, and
not alone.
yeah. And so we're all handicapable, and we try to put it out there that we are able to do some things. Although the government doesn't want us doing anything, they think that
Right.
if you're handicapped, you have to be 100% disabled.
Right. Right, that's changing, that's changing.
Yeah, it's changing, and we hope that you will continue to put out wonderful music, and I look forward to so much more from your channel. Coco, behave.
Yeah,
There's the cocoa bean, y'all.
I just uploaded one last night. It's an old western, old saloon type. Called Yes Sir, That's My Baby. It's an old
All
one.
right. That's
Which I'm trying to
wonderful.
bring back a lot of the old music.
Yeah, you're like me. I like the old school music. I'm not real big on some of the stuff that's coming out this day and age, but I do love the old music, and so do my daughters.
Yeah, people tell me that I need to get into the new stuff. Nah, I don't need none of that new stuff.
Yeah, and Jamie's Country Living's making a great point. Use the word friends, bus, or knocked on your door when you leave comments in the chat. That will help us not get points against us from YouTube. And always, gardening and prepping, Teresa said, people need to realize our government could care less about any of us. And that is so true. Um, Thank you for coming in, Littlefoot Ranch. I thought you were saying you were leaving. I'm sorry. I can't read and talk at the same time. But we are so blessed. Missy, stop throwing yarn at me. She got a huge box of yarn, y'all. I was so shocked. I was like, yay, Missy. Because she does a lot of crochet, y'all. But Alfonso is so talented. He plays so many instruments. Tell him how many instruments you play.
Well, I played not just the keyboard, but I played the harmonica, banjo, and guitar. Got percussions, and then I have a mountain dulcimer.
Wow. The last time you were on, you played the mountain dulcimer, and it's a cardboard dulcimer that you played.
Yeah, that I picked up at the thrift store for like $16, minus my employee discount.
Wow.
I think I get a 30% discount. employee discount.
That's wonderful that you get a discount.
Yeah.
I'm a avid supporter of thrift stores. I support Rifle here, and they feed the homeless community and help them. I support Goodwill, who helps people get jobs and train them for jobs. And I support Women of Hope, which is recovering addicts. And so I support all three of those. And then we have a Jesus Cares. It's not in our community, but I go out of town to that does a lot of ministry work. So we try to support as many of the thrift stores as we possibly can.
You know, I really love working in thrift stores. Because I believe that people who work in the thrift store are more friendly, more caring, and all that. Let me tell from my experience when I worked at another thrift store in New Mexico. Before going to school, I was working in another thrift store called Catholic Charities. They're really awesome people. Except the manager I had, she was so protective that she would get mad at me for letting customer verbally abuse me.
Yeah, well, we don't need any kind of verbal abuse. We get enough abuse of our own.
And
Hey, Barb, welcome in. I'm so glad that you're
she would
here.
get mad and she would tell me like, and I what do you expect me to do? You expect me to get down to their level? And she'd tell me, yeah, you put to get down to their level. And you know, I'm not the kind of person that want to get down to their level to be disrespectful back to them. You know, she expect me to be disrespectful back to disrespect them back. Like,
Yeah, we don't need to be disrespectful to anybody. Uh, Jerry, I shouted you out at the beginning of this, and I'm hoping that you're getting more watch hours through this live. Y'all, Alfonso, he plays so many instruments, but he has also um, turned the vinyl records and albums into CDs, and he also has his own CDs.
let me see, I got.
There's a couple of CDs that he has. So great music, and can we buy those?
Yes, it's on the links on my channel.
The links
To
on your
connect,
channel. And how much
yes.
do you charge for them?
What they charge me, it's like $8.50 plus the shipping because I don't have them directly. It comes directly from the plant, so I don't carry them.
Okay, you don't carry them yourself, so
No, I don't have
so
them
it'll
on
be
hand.
$8.50 plus the shipping is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they keep jacking up the prices. Like, you know, I was gonna do vinyl, but you know they jack up the price on vinyl big time. They used to be like $30. Now this year they jacked them up to $50 because the demands. There's a high demand on vinyl.
Yeah. Joy has a new trail cam, and I got to watch one of your videos on there. I like that trail cam. Very excited about it.
Yeah, so vinyl got so expensive now. Like it was $33 plus $10 shipping, but now it's $50 plus $10 shipping.
Wow, that is expensive.
Yeah, but normally if I was carrying them offhand, then I wouldn't have a problem with the shipping because you know when I ship my stuff, it's got free matter for the blind. But you know when it comes from other sources, it just goes directly.
Right.
That's when they really get you on the shipping part.
Yeah, the prices are crazy, and that's why I shop at thrift stores. I have a huge collection of albums and no record player, y'all. I need to get a record player. Yeah, Joy, look forward to seeing some bears. We don't have bears in West Tennessee, thankfully, but we do have cougars and black panthers. And occasionally we will see one walk down our road. I've seen them a few times in other areas around us. We have a lot of fox, a lot of coyotes. So tell us some more about what all you do, because I know you work with the.
The ARC. Right now, I'm just designing balance. With the ARC, we're also part of a group called the Citizen International, where we do service projects for the community, like collect collecting socks for the homeless shelter. We do food drive, collect cans like around Thanksgiving. We collect food, non-perishable for the food drive for our local food pantry.
Teresa says, "Oh yes, we do have black bears in West Tennessee. I have never seen a black bear in West Tennessee. And a few years ago, we had a little boy that was lost in the woods here, uh, and one of the Fox News people says he's out there with the black bears in the mountains of West Tennessee. Well, there's no mountains in the West Tennessee. We're in the hills, and for the most part, West Tennessee is flat land, like prairie land. But I've never seen black bears in West Tennessee other than in a zoo.
Well, but I
One
did
came from Fraser 3 years ago. Okay, so somebody has probably caught one and released it more than likely.
Well, like I said, we're currently doing service project every month. We go to because we have our meetings at the corporate office in Lakewood. So we go every month to Lakewood, it's our corporate office for a meeting, and after we decide our service project, like we're collecting socks for this month, January.
Okay.
Shelter.
Well, that's
Socks,
good.
gloves, and
That's very good. And yes, we do room at the inn in our church, and we help homeless men that are struggling. And the majority of the men that we're helping have jobs, but they are paying child support and they cannot afford a place of their own.
yeah, that's a huge struggle.
Yeah. Carp says, I've never seen a bear here myself, but a few occasionally makes the news. Now, I lived in upstate New York, and I can tell you we had bears. And if your car hit a bear, your car was totaled. The bear would lumber off, but your car was totaled. Okay, so Teresa, they're going up in the Lucy Hatchie bottoms and also in Shelby Forest. Wow, I didn't know that. And Jamie said they're in Maryland and mostly in Western Maryland. So yeah, I hope that we're not going to have a bear population explosion here.
Well, those are mostly in the mountains, like in Colorado, like you're
Yeah,
high up in the mountain for that.
usually
That's
they're in the
far.
mountain. That's what I was going to say because we're mostly flatlands where we're at now. Joy says they can travel 300 miles a day. So now and then a bear ends up far from home where they are not usually there. So that's something I didn't know. Hand pink waving. Oh my goodness. It was scary camping in a tent in Alaska with grizzlies walking around the pipeline. I can imagine. I have a nephew that's up there on that pipeline. Well, Alfonso, why don't you play us another tune?
Sure. We'll play Waterfront We Have in Jesus.
Great song. and he plays by ear, y'all. Great channel. You go check it out. Thank you, Kevin, for doing that. It is very relaxing, isn't it? For any of the channels that's not connected to Tuber Chat, I would highly recommend going over there to his lives. Kevin is awesome as a host, and he will help you to connect and grow your channel, give you tips along the way. He puts you on the wheel of doom. He will shout out your channel. He will talk about your channel and help you to grow. And that is so important in this community, and that's what we're all about. So thank you for coming by, Kevin. I really and truly do appreciate you being here, my friend.
All right, next one is going to be What a Day It Will Be.
What a day it will be, y'all. Yes, the Wheel of Doom. I hope I have this many people have. Thank you for coming and what you did. Well, I post the freezer and flower seed in the refrigerator. I was with human ear out, and I just find seeds so much better, and they seem to sprout. I do have some seeds that I have in the cabinet, but that is, and I've got to go through and see exactly what I have. I want to see, and I want to try to include everything that I find or someone has this year in the garden. Now, everybody, y'all can tell me what you're growing in your garden this year. He is definitely gifted. Gary's planting potatoes. What growing zone are you in, Gary? I'm sorry, I won't talk. Thank you so much, Alfonso. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Jerry, what growing zone are you in? Okay, you're 25 miles south of Charlotte. Okay, I'm not sure what growing zone that is either. Yes, that is amazing the way that Alfonso plays. He also plays the guitar and the dulcimer, the harmonica. I forget all the instruments he plays. He also puts he'll play all the different parts and he'll put it together on his album. So that's really neat that he's able to do that. You can actually go to his channel and watch some of the videos where he's done that. He calls it Alfonso and the Clones. Am I correct, Alfonso?
That's correct.
Yeah, Alfonso and the Clones. So that's really neat to watch him do that. Would anybody else like to come up on panel today? Teresa would like to hear you play the dulcimer.
The dulcimer? All right, let me go grab it.
Now, this is a cardboard dulcimer that he has.
Dulcimer. Let me grab my tuner because
Oh yes, he's quick. He's got everything there. He's in his studio, y'all. He's got it all set up. It's amazing. Jerry said, I don't know, but the weather the last 10 years, we're going to be planting a lot earlier this year and take a risk on frost. It gets so hot, we have to get the garden done sooner. Yeah, I agree. I usually have some herbs and stuff started in the house already. I have not done anything.
okay, I just grabbed my digital tuner, see if I could get this tuned up. I've been having problems with it.
Now I play the dulcimer, but I do not play as well as he does, and I will be playing it some in the future. I've just got to get some new strings put on it. That's nice to know, Teresa. 27 more years of the grand solar minimum hoax. Hey, Carmen Gonzalez, welcome in.
Yeah, kneel at the cross. The mountain.
That's beautiful.
See, this is a diatonic. You can only play in one key, basically.
See, he knows more about music than I do. Well, y'all, I really appreciate Alfonso dropping in on us.
I'm gonna play you one last song before I have to drop out.
Okay, you do that.
Kind of called "He'll Pilot Me."
awesome. That was toe tapping music, Alfonso. We really appreciate you coming up, my friend.
You're
You are
welcome.
awesome. I'm going to try to save a little money and order your albums because I like that music. Someone said I need that music when I'm cleaning house.
Yep, I think this was on the album the Old Time Country Gospel.
Yeah, that is awesome music. And always, where did you go? There it is. Yeah, millions of chickens were killed worldwide, and we wonder why the price of eggs are going through the roof. They are truly gold. They are truly gold.
Yeah. In this
And the
case, you're
thing,
better off raising your own chickens since that's the case.
yeah, and we do raise chickens here, thankfully, but the cost of feed is getting ridiculous too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you live in the city, you can't have that stuff.
Yeah. Now Memphis, we were able to have chickens. We couldn't have roosters, but we could have our chickens in the backyard. The roosters would show up at our house, though. I don't know if people were dropping them off or what, but we ended up with a rooster that ended up at the Vietnamese temple. I can't remember the name of the temple.
Usually, what happens? They wander off. They wander off.
Yeah, the people at the temple did not eat meat, so the chicken was their mascot, and it would go greet everybody. So it had a nice, long, healthy life. I'm trying to get my okay. Yeah, we free range our chickens too. Yeah, the roosters were coming to check out the hens. Littlefoot says they're getting like 12 to 15 eggs a day still. We're only getting between 8 and 12 eggs a day right now. And we've got 50 something chickens. Carmen said, I saw a meme yesterday showing a chicken with a mask on saying, that's what we needed. Ha ha. Yeah, I don't need no mask. Jamie says we go to our local farmers to get, where did he go? To get the cracked corn feed, the feed store for the crumbles. Y'all, Tractor Supply, they've cut back on the size of the bag. It's 40 pounds now, and it's over $20 a bag. We go to a co-op. We're paying $13.50 for 50 pounds of feed. Yeah, Teresa, I agree. The lies that we're being told about our chickens, and there's so many other lies going on, and it, the homeopathic and the natural remedies. They are trying to get rid of all our freedoms in this country, and we're not going to stand for it. We really are not going to stand for it. There's too many people in this country that know that we have freedoms and rights. Yeah, $13.50 for a 50-pound bag is a good price, and it just went up.
All right, I'm gonna play one last song. I Saw the Light.
All right, sounds great. you, Littlefoot Ranch, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in, my friend.
All right.
Yeah, Carmen, tomatoes are really easy to grow indoors to get started. Beans, okra would be another one if you like okra. Um, you can
Okay, I'm
do.
jumping out now.
Okay, thank you, Alfonso, for coming up. I really do appreciate you, my friend.
You're welcome.
Make sure you drop your link by the word hillbilly when you get down in the chat. Right, type in the word hillbilly in the chat. Yeah, and old ways, I don't understand what our government is doing, but they're overstepping their bounds in so many ways, and they're really trying to destroy our Constitution. So we need to fight them in every way we can, possibly. And I really don't know the answers. I wish I did. And I want to go back to growing plants or starting plants inside. Uh, I when I lived in New York State, I started my tomatoes in January, my beans, my okra. If I wanted other plants, onions was a good start in the house, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, 2030 is coming, Teresa. And Missy's channel's having bingo on January 28th at 7 p.m., y'all. A lot of fun. She gives away little prizes, and we just have a good time over there. Do you see other people's links getting dropped by Hillbilly? Yes, Jen and Steve, I do. Carpet, you just have to put Hillbilly in there. No other word, just Hillbilly. Oh, it did pick you up. Yeah, Teresa said you'll own nothing and be happy according to them. Well, not to burst anybody's bubble, but you can't take away somebody's happiness. You can make it hard for us to live, but you're not going to be able to take away our happiness. And I think we have too many farmers in this country that's not going to comply with a lot of the things that are going on in our government. Yeah, like green beans, peas. Um, you got snow peas that you can plant early. Yeah, Missy, I like the grow lights too. I need to buy some. Thank you, Dan, for running Carp's playlist. I appreciate that. Yeah, and Missy's channel, you don't have to be present to win. You just go to one of her videos and give her your bingo numbers 1 through 75. You pick 5 numbers, and she will play the bingo and let you know if you win a prize or not. And then you come back to her and let her know your mailing information on her channel. She has all her comments set to private, so no one can see them but her. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're less than 2 generations away from that. We need to really be focused on our food sources, whether they're healthy or not. We need to be planting what we can. We need to be preserving as much as we can, saving the seed, because y'all, all the seed that's being put out in these stores, the majority of them are genetically modified. So we need to be doing all of those things. Keep swapping seeds with people as long as you're able to, because I have a feeling that one day it's going to be contraband to the Postal Service. Yeah, I agree, Teresa. The first test of complying was that little jab. I agree. And y'all, I don't know who's been jabbed, who hadn't, but I'll just pray for all of us because that was something that they were testing us on. They truly were. Yeah, she does. Missy does hers as a premiere video with a live chat. Yeah, that thing over your face was part of it. Jerry, good. I'm glad to see Daddy ordering his seats today. Yeah, you better get those seats while you can. Hey, the other side of the boat, welcome in. I think you're new here. Got you on my list. I'll be watching your channel some this week. The blue packages from that $1.25 tree company is owned by Monsanto, so you don't want to buy those. Now, Dollar General had organic seeds from, I think it was Burpee. And I was picking them up for 30 or 40 cents on clearance. Yeah, order your seed catalogs now. That's great reading in the wintertime. Yeah, save all your seeds from your organic vegetables. Absolutely. And don't use their pesticides. The pesticides get into our food source and in our water. We don't want that. Old Ways says seeds from So True Seeds are American farmer grown. And I think you have the link on your page, Teresa, if I'm correct, for a couple of different seed companies that you're affiliated with. So y'all go check out Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. She's got a lot of great information on her channel. Carmen Gonzalez is looking for chive seeds. And she said she looked on Amazon and have to wait for them. That's another issue. I know, I don't think I have any chive seeds. I'll have to look. Jerry Riggs said, welcome in, welcome in. I think you're new here too. Come on in, my friend. I'm trying to think. Walmart might have chives in the spring. You might find them at Family Dollar or Dollar General. You know, they have the little seed packs or for $1. Sometimes you can find them in there. And, you know, herbs are really good. They're medicinal. Most herbs are medicinals. Okay, you're not affiliated with them yet? Okay. Old Ways is not affiliated with those companies yet, but definitely get over to her channel because she's got at least two sources of seeds there. Carolina Kind of Family Homestead said Lowe's has seeds now. That's good to know because I haven't been to Lowe's. If Lowe's has them, Home Depot more than likely has them too. So we need to get our seeds while we can. Teresa said, Carmen, email me. I have chive seeds. So there you go. You've got a connection now. Make sure you give her your information so she can get those out to you. Jerry said, I was fortunate enough to get a big box store give me the leftover seeds 2 years in a row. I keep them dry, dark, cool area, and I have not had any problem with them. That's absolutely the truth. Teresa, drop your link by typing the word hillbilly so that Carmen can find you. Jerry Riggs, it said the missus is sick, so I come home early just in case she wants to do the walk-in clinic. Well, we'll be praying right now, Jerry, that everything will be okay with your wife, and I do appreciate you letting us know that. So let me pray. Jerry, what is your wife's name? Just waiting to see if Jerry give me her name. Okay. Dear Heavenly Father, Jerry Briggs that just came to us, and his wife is sick and may need medical care. Lord, we just ask you to touch her right now. We know that you are the great physician and that you can guide the doctors to help her. We thank you for Jerry coming home from work to take care of his wife. Thank you very much, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, her name was Vicky. Well, the Lord knows her name, so we are going to continue to lift up Vicky, and I hope that everything is okay with her. Y'all, I have a friend in the hospital. I'm not going to give her name, but it's a very dangerous situation. She threw blood clots, and they had to put her in an induced coma state to try to dissolve the blood clots. She is out of the coma. They're doing a swallow test on her today to make sure that everything is okay. So, y'all, it's an unspoken, but you know the gist of it. Just lift her up. Burning up the roads and prepping. Thank you for coming in. Glad you're here. You're new. Going to get you on my list. And if anybody would like to come up on the panel, you're more than welcome to, as long as I have known your channel for a little while and I can see your face. That's the only two things that I really require, and I do ask that you keep it clean when you're up here. I'll drop the link again. Hopefully somebody will come up with me. Y'all, I've been keeping my seeds in my freezer for a long time. It works really, really well. It keeps them cool and dry. And I think the freezing helps a lot of the seeds to germinate when you take them out. So that's just a thought there. And I have some bean seeds in a jar. And of course, there's holes poked in the top of the lid so that air will get into the seeds. Teresa, definitely, and I will email you her name. Okay, Vicky's channel is Little Creek Homestead. I'm going to write this over here so I can try to remember to go check her out. Because we like new channels. Have any of you started like a prepper journal with recipes and how-tos? I worry so much about having no power to access how-to, so I've been printing and saving stuff. Carmen, that's very good information because, yes, I do have, well, I have a canning pantry recipe book that I use from using just items in my pantry. But having a prepper journal and having recipes and how to do things is so important. That's why I tell everybody, buy the books. If you can get a book, buy the books. Go to those thrift stores. You'd be surprised how many people discard books that you can use. So that's really good. Missy has a prayer request for her hearing on January the 27th. The judge to rule my stalker in a contempt of the order, so the order will be respected. So we're going to stop right now. And we're going to pray over this situation with Missy and her hearing on January the 27th. And I'm just going to pop this up here real quick because I don't want to forget to mention that, Jerry. Lord, Missy has been dealing with this stalker for so long now, Lord, and the situation is getting out of hand. He is becoming extremely aggressive towards her. He's destroyed her fence and gate, and the police department in that area, the legal people in that area are not honoring that court order to go after this person and stop the harassment that he's giving to her. Father, I ask for a hedge of protection to be placed around Missy right now, Father, and that you would move on this judge's heart to make sure that this court-ordered order of protection is honored and respected and utilized and held accountable, this person that is attacking her. Father God, I know that you are the God that can move mountains, and right now this is a mountain in front of Missy. I ask you to level that mountain right now in the name of Jesus. Amen. Yeah, she's got a lot of things going on. She said he's wearing a headlamp at 4 a.m. on his head, spotlighting her property. So yes, we're definitely going to do that. Carp said, I don't want to sound crazy, but I was thinking today while driving that I was wondering about life elsewhere in space. And I never believed so, but now I'm thinking maybe God created it all. Absolutely, Jerry. He did create it all. And he is the God that provides everything that we ever want or need. He truly, truly is. And, you know, I can't walk outside without seeing God. That's just the honest truth. I see God in everything. So I appreciate that comment, my friend. Missy said the prosecutor is trying to punish her for calling the police when he does this. And Missy has actually reached out and called a lot of different offices trying to get help. So y'all keep her in your prayers. Yes, Dan, God has created it all. So y'all, we have stalkers out there. We have problem people. We have people that are aggressive towards us. And I'm just going to click this, get that down. The other day, my husband and I were going to take scrap into the scrapyard. And we went around the corner because it's one way in and one way out. And we went the way to go in, and we're going slow around the corner. And here comes a little black car, little sports car. And they were flying around the corner, and they almost hit us. And then another vehicle was right behind them, and they came over into our lane and almost hit us head on. And so we get inside the little bay area to drop off the scrap. And the guy in the little black sports car got out and confronted my husband, saying that he was speeding and he was the one that was being reckless. And my husband corrected him and told him no. And it turns out that he works there. So he has been reported to the company for being aggressive towards a patron of that company. So yes, they're everywhere. And God does watch over us, because they could have hit us head on. And I do believe in the power that God gives to angels to guard over us. I had a pastor one time tell us that we didn't have guardian angels. And I'm like, what Bible are you reading? Because I know we got guardian angels. I didn't say guardian angel. We have guardian angels. God sends angels to protect us. And I truly believe that. So y'all keep that in mind. Carolina Kind of Life says, come at me, stalker. It's beef jerky smoking time. Yeah, Missy's really good about recording what is being said to her. So y'all, you can go back and watch some of her videos, and you will not believe the garbage that she's being fed. And they're thinking that she's going to accept that. And I'm thankful that she stands up for herself. You know, but it's gotten to the point where she cannot safely go out of her house and walk her dogs or do anything that she would normally be able to do. And so we want to make sure that she stays and remains safe. And I believe that God is going to continue to protect her. And, Missy, no crime will ever go unpunished. And every sin done in darkness will be brought to light. So keep that in mind. That's biblical. Teresa said lime is cheap at TSC. Well, I have to check that out because I got a gift card. Well, I should say hubby got a gift card. Thank you, Jerry Riggs. I appreciate you coming in. Oh, you're saying time to feed the hogs is another approach. Yeah, because all the evidence disappears. Yeah, God has the power. God can and will remove people in power that try to harm his children. And Carp said, order you a can of bear spray. And Sam Colt is your friend. Yeah, it's, when you have a stalker out there, it's hard. I had that problem with my first husband for a while. Yes, Carmen, triple threat is a woman. Her name is Tarsha, and she's great. You're going to love her channel. Well, y'all, we've been on here almost 2 hours. Y'all want to stay a little longer? Or you want to call this a day? Whoops. Hang on, y'all. You okay, Roscoe? I got to plug my laptop in, y'all, and I'm dropping stuff. Okay, get that back up here. Mace works really well, too, if you get close enough. Mace works really well. I keep a can of it on me. Wasp spray, yep, and a lighter. Hairspray and a lighter. Those are things that you can use to protect yourself. You can get one of those air horns, that's in the can. If they get close enough to you, blow that thing. Yes, Roscoe P. Coltrane. You said it right. That's his name. His name's Roscoe P. Coltrane. He's my little Jack Russell Terrier rescue. And we wanted a big name because he was such a little dog. He only weighs about 12 pounds. And he's limping, y'all. He's hurt his hind leg, so y'all be praying for him too. He's nursing it. I've been checking him out. He's able to move it and everything. He's just holding it up. So, what are y'all planning for your garden this year? To get us back on subject. We have so many seed, y'all. You would not believe the amount of seed I have right now. And I am drying the butternut squash seeds now. Come here, Roscoe. Hang on, y'all. I'm going to move this out just a bit so I can get him in here. Come here, Roscoe. Come on. Hang on, y'all. See if I can get him up here with all the other stuff. There's my Roscoe. Yeah, him grumpy old man right now. Thank you, Carmen, for doing that. Missy will appreciate that. Yes, he does have a big bark. You can tell he's not feeling too good. Yeah, I know. He's my baby. Yes, we have two co-hosts. We have Missy. We have Roscoe. I've been talking about Missy. And we have Cocoa Bean. And I think they're wanting to go out. You want to go outside? Okay. Yes. Jerry said he's got cucumbers, corn, tomatoes, potatoes, carrots, and helping Daddy with his. That's good. Looking for a thing. It's called Homeland Okra. I've never heard of that one, Teresa. And Karma says she just heard about ground cherries. I hear they taste like pineapples. I got to try them. I've never had those either. We need to try those out too, if we can find him. He is my little sweetie. He loves people. Now, Cocoa Bean, she is not a peoply dog. She was very much abused, and she is very protective of us. Both of them are very protective. You have to get the ones that say pineapple in the name, Carmen. So anyway, y'all, we've been on here 2 hours, and I really appreciate everybody coming by. Thank you, Dan, for coming. I appreciate you. Yeah, you go take care of the puppy dog. Yeah, mine are trying to tell me it's time to go outside too. Well, y'all, it's been a wonderful live. I really appreciate everybody being here. I hope that you like the format that I'm using now. I'm a little more organized than I have been in the past. I don't come in here with absolutely no idea what we're going to talk about. I try to find something that is prevalent to our lives and to what we're doing. And if you want to be on my live as a special guest, you can email me and let me know. Let me know the date that you're available, and we'll try to work on the time and the date. I just don't do evenings. My husband's home in the evening, and I give that time to him. Hey, Michelle Crochets in Kansas. Welcome in, honey. We're getting ready to close out, but I do appreciate you coming by. I'll get your name on my list. And I'm going to have to write over here. Roscoe is laying down on my lap, y'all. Thank you, the other side of the boat. I'm glad that you came in, and I hope that you will catch us again. So, Sister Winnie, welcome in. Well, maybe I ought to stay on here just a little bit longer. Would anybody like to come up and be on the panel? You're more than welcome to come up and talk. I'm hoping to get better at doing these lives. I'm not a person that sits down and talks all the time. So I really enjoy having someone come up on the panel with me to help me out. Plus, my voice, you can hear it going bad sometimes. I do lose my voice a little bit because I don't talk all the time. It's great exercise, though, for those vocal cords. I really need it. Okay, Carp, come on up. I'll send you the link. And we'll see if Carp gets up here in a moment, and he can tell us about his channel and what's going on there. Carp is a great guy, Mr. Jerry. He's a great guy. He's got a lot of great information on his channel, especially for the homesteaders. So I'm just waiting to see when he pops up. Missy, I know you're out traveling, honey. Maybe the next time you can come up, or we can schedule a time that's good for you and me, because I don't mind switching my channel stuff around a little bit to do another live if I need to. I think it'll be great to throw it out there every once in a while, something new and different. So, and Tarsha, when are you going to start putting out videos, honey? We're all patiently waiting. I know she's had some health issues. Okay, it's still not working, huh? Let me drop it again. Hopefully it'll work for you, Cart. Try it again. Yeah. I hope to see Tarsha come up here soon too, because I've been missing my friend. Okay, your phone's not allowing it. I do mine on my laptop when I get on here, but I know some people, and I look awful washed out today because of the lighting in here. If you have a laptop or a computer, you can try it on that. Or you can email me and we can try it again through the email, and I can, once you get to a laptop or computer, I can get you onto the StreamYard. So anyway, yeah, Tarsha has been a little under the weather, and she needed some time, and I understand that, because, you know, when you got health issues with these autoimmune things, it can wear you down quick. Man, I am looking white. I look like a ghost up here. Well, I'm glad you're doing better, Tarsha. But you do need to get back in the groove, honey, because when we get out of the groove, it's kind of hard to get back on the saddle and get back into doing things. Like me getting in the kitchen canning, because I need to get on the saddle and start pulling stuff out of my freezer and getting it in jars. So I hope to get back in there doing a lot of stuff. Carmen's coming up. Waiting on Carmen. Nope. Carmen got kicked out. Off grid and can't use the laptop here. Yep. Well, Teresa, we broke down. We had AT&T internet service, and it was a Wi-Fi box. Carmen, you can come up another time, honey, if you want to. Yeah, it's light in here. It's awful. The sun is trying to come out, so I'm getting sun from one side, and I've got my halo light on. I turned off the overhead light because it really whited me out. I turned on the light over the dining room table thinking, well, this will even it out, and I'm still just white as a piece of paper. Teresa, I don't think Tarsha will mind being prayed for a bit. Yeah, I need to get another light source in here. And my fan light is right over my head, so everything looks shadowy underneath, and it looked really bad. So I'm going to have to figure this out. Plus, I'm sitting in my chair. I'm not sitting where I normally sit in my living room, because that side of the living room over here is full of boxes that came out of my canning room that I've got to go through. I appreciate all the prayers, Teresa. Thank you so much. Keep me on the prayer list too, because I need it. I need prayer every day. Yeah, this Halo light stand that I bought it at a thrift store, and it only has 2 settings. And one of them's the blue light, and then there's another light that is lowered. Well, I've got it on the lower light, or, you know, more warm light, and I'm still white. Well, Teresa, you can always keep me on there, because I really appreciate it, and I'll pray for you too, my friend. I really love when people pray for me. It's one of the best gifts we can give, and it's free. And my friend Michelle Crochets in Kansas was on my live recently, and I really enjoyed her coming up. She's got a great channel, y'all. She does a lot of crocheting. She does a lot of lives. Y'all need to go over and check her out. Sister Winnie, I appreciate you coming in, honey. I need to get over and watch more of your channel, and I will now that I've got you on my list. It's hard for me to remember all the channels. So when y'all come through my live, I can write your names down and I will remember to go check you out. And if you are needing friends, then you're going to be put on next week's friends list. Right here. This is where I write all the friends, and the numbers are beside their names that they need friends. And if you need watch hours, if you've hit that 1K but you still need watch hours, email me or let me know in a comment on one of my videos, and I will put you on my list, and I will try to get to you. I've got 2 now. Well, actually, I'm finishing up Carpenter Self-Reliance this week, and then I will be working on Corner Clubhouse Cobalt and Inquisitive Farm Wife. So those are the ones I'll be working on next. And I just appreciate everyone that goes to these channels and helps them with watch hours, or helps me with watch hours, because it really does make a difference. I think I told you my friend's number dropped to $7.99. The watch time, though, went up, and it went up to 2476.1, which means I gained almost 100 hours. It was 96.4 hours that I gained from channels and friends like y'all going and playing the playlist. So it makes a difference. It really and truly does. Coming to the lives makes a difference because we gain more watch hours during a live. Now, putting out videos, we will gain that time, that watch time over time. But when you're trying to get to that 4,000 watch hours, these things really does help to grow your channel, to get you where you need to be. Yes, Carmen, play videos in the background while you play your games. I do them while I'm working around the house. I'll run a playlist in a heartbeat all day long. And then when my husband comes home, I turn it down low, because if you turn the sound off completely, then YouTube frowns on that. So you don't turn your sound off completely. But it really does make a difference. Yeah, and Tarsha, I think they were having problems with something not too long ago, where the watch hours or something went off, and they had to fix it. So, but Joy, you had 6,000 watch hours long before you had the 1K friends. Well, that's wonderful that you got the watch hours. I'm struggling to get up there. I want my watch hours up. I really would like to see it about 3,500 before I hit my 1K, if I can get there. Yeah, don't forget to like, hit those thumbs up, and leave comments even after you've watched a live video in the chat. Leave it below the video. Even though you've chatted, leave it below the video, because that does help with the algorithms. That's something else I'm learning. Things like that, we're all learning. That's the game here. We're all learning about this great, fantastic program called YouTube. So anyway, I feel like I'm babbling at this point. But I did hit my 1-year anniversary today on videos. Now, I've been on YouTube for a long time, and I had a channel name, but I never did anything but post on other people's videos. I watched videos. And then I got a bug in me during the pandemic, and see other people doing this, and said, I can do this too. And I'm sure there's something out there that I am going to present that is going to help someone else along the way. And that was the whole intent of this channel. So it gave me something to do. And it also might be a source of income at some point. I'm not expecting it to be an explosion of an income, but something. Thank you, Tarsha. I appreciate that. I don't do Facebook. I got off of Facebook because I made a comment, a political comment, over the 6J. I'm going to say it backwards. And they booted me. And when they booted me off every group that I had started. And I was no longer administrator over any of my groups. I lost everything. And so I filed that class action lawsuit that was out there, and I'm on that. So if they ever do anything with it, then I might get a couple of dimes to rub together. Yeah, some hear about watch hours and have a huge amount, and now subs have been interesting. Yeah. Um, Growing your channel slow is really the best deal. And I've seen a couple of channels out there, y'all, that have paid to have buses. And that is not the way to go. And you got a lot of them out there that will try to trick you into doing that. And it is really frowned on by YouTube. But I have seen channels out there that will have thousands of people supposedly on their channel, and they'll have one or two videos, and you're like, no, this ain't right. Yeah, my views are not the same as Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, and see, I recently reached out. I'm on Instagram now, and I'm on Twitter again. And the reason I jumped back on Twitter is because of the fact that it was taken over by Mr. Musk. And um, I'm only on there for this channel, and I put stuff out for this channel. And Instagram, I'm only on there for this channel, and I only put stuff out for this channel. Yeah, there's some serious censorship going on, and a lot of bribery as well. And Missy, it's a class action suit against Facebook because so many people were being kicked off for their political beliefs or for other things that they were posting that all of a sudden Facebook decided was against their rules and regulations. So it was a lot of censorship going on. So I won't even go back to Facebook. I'll never go back to Facebook. They lost my trust when they did that. Now, I left Twitter basically for the same reason, but I didn't get kicked off there. I left of my own accord. It was getting so ugly out there that I didn't want to be a part of it. And I really walked away at that point, walked away from social media. And I do have accounts other places, but I don't really use them. YouTube is my main social media account at this point. But I went to Instagram and I went to Twitter so that I'd have maybe be able to get another following in those two arenas. It's always strange to see channels with tons of friends and small view count on their lives. I have a ton of TV watchers on my lives and more TV viewers than chat viewers on mine. Isn't that interesting, Joy? Yeah, Facebook is fake book. Carmen, you left Twitter, but you're back on it. Well, I'm the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch over there, but it's spelt different. And I have it linked in almost every one of my videos. You can go under any of the videos, not my live so much, but the videos, and you will find the link to my Twitter account and my Instagram. Carp said he removed all his Facebook content on Monday and only YouTube now. Yeah. And Teresa says, personally, I earn family through my videos, and just being real. Content is extremely important. I agree with you. I consider everybody out there that has bussed me to be a friend or a family. I may not say it like that, but I use the word friend. Yes, there is a Facebook. It truly is. Yes, just not feeling like being a twit. Yeah, or a tweeter. I tweeter paid it. Check for Patriot social media and Faith social media. That's interesting. I didn't know they were out there. There's so many social medias out there anymore. It's kind of hard to keep up. I'm trying to remember some of them. I recently left. I can't even remember the names of them. That tells you something. Carmen says she doesn't have Instagram because she doesn't have a cell phone. And I go to Pinterest to find ideas. I'm not on my computer 24/7, y'all. I can't be. I've got too much work ahead of me. But getting past all these fake social media websites and really getting down and being a real person on a real channel helped me out tremendously. And I'm able to put my face to what I'm putting out there and letting everybody know who I am and what I'm about. Because you can put a lot of stuff out on social media and it not even be you. A lot of times with social media too, and it's here some on YouTube as people stealing your identity or trying to. Teresa says, most of the time I forget I have an Instagram account. Yeah, I have IG on my computer, but I use it mostly on my cell phone. I use the little app on my cell phone. It's just so much easier for me to go to. I use my laptop to edit my videos and get them on, update all the information in the description box. That's what I use my laptop for. Yeah, and most of the time I don't go to Instagram unless I get a notification. And they will send you notifications. I knew that was coming. Excuse me. But anyway, we have had a really, really good turnout today. It was 27. I counted 41 names coming through, and I'm so excited about that. Yeah, Teresa, that's me. I stay way too busy, and YouTube takes up any spare time. It really does. Jamie says, I use my phone for everything, editing, etc. Well, I do most of my editing on my cell phone. I use Video Guru, and it's free, or you can buy the purchase, to help support the website. It was, I think, $4.99 or $5.99 for a year subscription or something like that. It was really cheap, and it does most everything that I want to do on a video anyway. I use my laptop for my lives. Hey, Missy, you're home. Yay. YouTube social. I stick to, yeah. So anyway, I have found friends through YouTube. I didn't even know you could make friends through YouTube, to be honest with you, until I started my channel. Really didn't have a clue. I was here watching, and that was about it, and commenting. And I was a really avid commenter on channels. I still try to comment. I know the day's coming when I'm not going to be able to comment on every comment that I receive. and I'm going to hate that day. I do like the little heart icon that we can press so to let them know that we've read it. I really love that. Video merge and you cut, both free and love them. I'm going to write those down because I haven't checked those out. Video merge. And you cut. I have to check those out. We love you, Jamie. We really do. Y'all, I have kept the list from my very first live. Let's see if I can get it up there where you can see it. Very first live. And my very second live. You can see it. I've kept those pages, so I'm going to know all these channels that have come through here, and I'm actually going to go through all my pages, and I'm going to write out a list of people to thank for coming to my lives when I hit that 1K, because y'all, it's a big deal, and it wouldn't happen without all of you. It really is a big deal. I didn't file it, Missy. It was being filed by someone else, and I'm not going to give the name on here, but if you really want to know, I'll let you know in message. But I can tell you it was someone famous and someone that was very well respected. Never heard of Fish Max 500. Yeah, I try to use that heart or the thumbs up because I really like the comments. I want to encourage people to keep commenting. Carp says he uses CapCut. So I'm going to write that one down too. I'm going to check these out. I just liked the Video Guru. I had used something else before, and I literally cannot remember what I started with, but it wasn't a very good program to me. Yeah. Please check out Becca on Littlefoot Ranch. She's amazing. I think I long distance adopted her. Lots of laugh. That's Jamie. Yes, I am joined in it, Missy. And it was because they had taken away all my created groups that I had created, including my ministry. I had a ministry page on there. It was a personal ministry page, and it was considered a business page, and they took that away from me too. And that is a violation of state and federal laws. You cannot steal someone else's business like that. And that's why I left them. I really and truly left them. Okay, Fishmax can be found online. And Jamie uses a paid version called Power Director. I've never heard of that one either. I like the way Jamie's videos are, though, y'all. I like the way she's able to move through different things. And I love Papa's Kitchen's opening on his video. And I love the way that Vision Preparedness does his opening and closing on his videos. Absolutely wonderful. I am such a simple person, and y'all see my little simple intro and outros. Carp says only for shorts, but I'm pulling back up from shorts right now. You know, Carp, I am too. I have decided that my Saturday can be better spent giving y'all small channel support. And I started a new group page, file page, whatever you want to call it, playlist. That's where she likes to be, y'all. Anyway, that's cocoa bean. That's my cocoa bean. And y'all, that feather back there on my armoire is a painted feather. I'll have to pull it down and show it to you one day. I haven't done any feather painting in a long time. That's cocoa. That's cocoa bean. Yeah, and all your entrance and exit was made on U-Cut. That's nice to know, Teresa. There's so many things that I don't know about making videos, and I want to learn. So I learn from y'all. I'm sure there are things that I do on my videos that y'all want to learn, and you're learning from me. So this game called YouTube, and we're all growing together, and I think it's wonderful. We have built up such a wonderful community of creators, and I have to thank Kevin. I know he's not on here now, but Kevin with you with Tuber Chat really was very early on in my channel. You know, I think he popped on my channel one day, and I went to check it out, and it was really a wonderful experience for me, and I have grown through knowing Kevin and Tuber Chat and knowing the channels that are involved in that. And I've gotten to know so many of y'all through Tuber Chat. Fish Max, 7 to 10 days, 500 milligrams for adults. Still on your playlist, but I got to drop out the live and need to cook. Thank you very much, Jerry, for coming by. I really do appreciate you, my friend. And Carlene Bowser, welcome in. So glad that you came in. We might hit 50 people today, y'all, coming through the chat. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I think you're new on my channel, so thank you very much for coming in, Carlene. Happy New Year to you. Okay, first dose is 2, and then from then on it's 1, 2 times a day. Okay. That's on that Fish Max. I take fish oil. I take 2,000 milligrams of fish oil a day. I'm not a fish eater, y'all. Just not. Don't like fish. Don't like swimmy fish. I eat tuna fish occasionally. I'll eat salmon occasionally, but I really like the shellfish. And that's about as fishy as you're going to get me. And I will watch your fish, you cooking fish, and think, wow, I wish I could cook fish. No, it's not too late to come up, Missy. I'll drop the link. I'm going to stay on here for a little bit longer. Now, I'm going to have to get off here about 4 o'clock because I have to go out and take care of my birds. I've got to collect eggs. I got to get them bedded down for the night. Usually I bed them down for the night about 5 o'clock, and I've got to start supper. Okay, Fish Max is an animal grade amoxicillin. That's interesting. Looks like the feather's coming out of the puppy's bun. It looked like it was in my head a while ago. But those are turkey feathers, and I painted an eagle on. I'll get it. Y'all hang on a minute. I'll just get it. Here I come. Let's see if I can get it in the right spot. Can y'all see that? My husband and I were a part of the American Indian Association down in Millington, Tennessee for a while, and we both danced in the powwow, and I was the secretary of that organization for a little while. And my husband's native name, uh, it means eagle. I can't remember the name now. It's not at the top of my head right now, but I painted that because of him. His daddy was a Vietnam veteran, and that's why I put the American flag behind it. And I keep saying I'm going to get it framed. I've not yet framed it, and I want to get it framed, but this is really an interesting technique. You have to use a fixative on your feathers to even paint on them. And I use hairspray. Hairspray is a fixative. So one day I will pull out all of his regalia and show you his regalia, because I beaded a lot of his regalia and was really, really proud of him. My name that was given to me was Welele, which means hummingbird. And really did not know for sure what the tribe was that my family was from. Had found some of it. That's probably where I know you from, Teresa, the faraway Cherokee. Yeah, I thought I recognized you. Did not know really for sure what tribe my family was from. And I was still doing a lot of my genealogy back then. And I had found my wolf family going into the Cherokee. Well, that trail dropped off, and my grandmother, which was married to a wolf, was actually from the Namsamun tribe. And I've got proof of that, but they do not have an open enrollment. So the Namsamun is probably one of the first tribes that met the Pilgrims. Carmen, your sis got her DNA test done, and she is my blood sister and has Cherokee in her, and I assume I do too. Now, the tricky thing about your DNA is it won't always show up in your DNA. My Native American did not show up in my DNA until I did GenMax and manipulated the DNA sample a little bit to pull out the Native American, and it definitely showed up. But not all DNA companies are the same. They do not always look for the same things. Yeah, and don't freely give your DNA away to China. But I had always assumed it was Cherokee or Choctaw or Creek. Was it Creek? Help me out here, Teresa. It's the other Native Americans that were in this area. And I'm going to let Missy come up. She's not sitting at her thing. I just realized she was in the basement. Hey, Missy.
Hey.
But
sorry, I had to go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, most DNA will not show your Native American. And actually, my Native American came from several different places that have made up the Native Americans in America today. Hey, Missy. Chickasaw, that's it. I could not remember the word Chickasaw for some reason. My brain just went totally blank. Thank you, Teresa, for saying that. Powhatan is part of the Namsamun is part of the Powhatan, and I can go all the way back generations in that. Yeah, Missy is very, very pretty. She's beautiful.
Oh,
and she's beautiful inside and out. And she is tribal, y'all. She is tribal. So she knows what I'm talking about when I say it's really hard to become recognized. Yeah, the Choctaw and the Shawnee and The Chickasaw were mainly in the area that we live in now, but we had Cherokee come through.
You're gonna freak out. This is I went to court today. Hey, where'd
I'm
my
here.
camera go? I went to court today. Cherokee Nation.
Uh-huh. And
I relinquished
you got it?
my tribal right.
You relinquished your tribe?
So I
You're cutting in and out, Missy. Hang on. Come back over to your computer so we can hear you.
had my court hearing.
Yeah, you need to turn off your YouTube channel.
No.
I'll be right back.
I don't know what's happening. Hey,
I'm here.
I went to court today. Cherokee Nation.
Okay, I'm still getting feedback from you, Missy. Have you got you got a YouTube tab pulled up on your computer?
Oh, are you here? I lost you. Let me go mute this. I don't know what happened, but you went blank and then I went blank. So yeah, I have, here's the situation. I have to get my property rights back. See, I have 6 lots that can be rental property, and then I have another rental property here, and I have lost my property rights being a troubleman. My stalker is trespassing all over my property, and when I call the law on him, they're basically saying they're trying to legalize his vandalism of my property, his trespass on my property. I can't rent my property with the tribe. I live in a territory, Choctaw territory. I'm not Choctaw, but because I live in a territory that's tribal, they have the control because of this statute that Congress passed. And so when you have a rival tribe that doesn't respect your tribe, they will abuse you, and you don't have there's nothing I can do except for relinquish my rights. And because this tribe is trying to legalize what he's doing. The guy shows up on my rental property wearing a headlamp at 4 a.m., creeping all over my property, spotlighting, that would scare away any person who can rent my property. He trespasses all over my property. He's banned by the sheriff's department from my rental property because in Oklahoma, there's a statute. Landlords can ban anybody that's not on a lease from the rental property. So he was banned, but the tribal police were interfering with that and allowing him. They literally watched him. I've got him on CCTV camera going right up to my rental property that he's banned from the sheriff department, reaching over the fence and messing with my electrical stuff in front of the cop. And trespassing all over my land. And when I show the video to this officer of him on my property wearing a headlamp, he's like, well, you sure are watching him a lot. And I'm just like, they're legalizing this man's trespassing all over my property. So the only way that I can get my rights back is to get them out of commission to where they cannot have control on allowing this man to abuse me. So that's why I went and got a protective order in the county as well, because he won't get by with that through the county.
Oh, that's so much better with the light. Can y'all see that?
Wow, that is so pretty.
This is done by my friend that is an artist. Her name's Sandra.
That's wow. I've never even seen anything like that, Susan. And that is, wow. That is so pretty.
Yeah, she gifted that to us, and I thought, wow, that's so beautiful. She's so talented. Hey, Deanna, welcome in. I'm so glad that you made it. See what I did with my book. Hang on, y'all. I'm just all over the place. Well, I hate that you had to relinquish your membership to the tribe.
Well, I literally had less rights as an American citizen as a tribal person. I don't need to be a tribal person to be a part of my culture. My 4th great grandmother crossed the Trail of Tears, and she was taken captive by Penn Indians, and all her possessions was taken from her because she wouldn't give up the whereabouts of her sons, who later grew up to be lawyers and judges. And they just treat all Native Americans like they're all one people. And there's a lot of rivalry between different tribes. And I don't have to be a tribal member to be a part of my ancestry's culture. I grew up
Exactly.
in powwows and I was never a member. My grandma, she took me to powwows. Me, my siblings, my cousins, we all went to powwows. And my mom was a member, but us kids didn't become members until we were adults. And I was a part of, participating in that part of my ancestry. I don't have to be a tribal member. You know what I mean? To
Yep.
me, I didn't know anything about this legal crazy stuff, the hostility. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't sign up for that.
Right.
But I am filing some cases in federal court to try to advocate for better rights for tribal people. That is getting ready to happen. And that case is already in court right now, that potentially all the tribes of the United States of America can lose their right to issue protective orders against non-tribal people, because this Choctaw police, who don't care about tribal, they hire people from anywhere to work for the police force. They don't care about, they're not tribal people. They don't care about tribal citizens or tribal rights. So this case in court now is basically can potentially void all the protective orders in place again if it's against a non-tribal person. And so it's pretty serious. And and it's like, whenever they lose, they retaliate, and they lost back in August, and that's when they started really attacking me. And so I got to get out from under these crooked tribal cops. I can't have them having power over me like that. Take my property rights and stuff like that. No. So, but it's the thing that God showed me here. We need to advocate against these strongholds to have better rights for tribal people. And, the attack from within against tribal authority, that's not new, but.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we don't know that actually goes on with
I didn't know.
the tribes,
Yeah.
that we're not aware of. And,
That's the truth.
like the American Indian Association and the Faraway Cherokee that was down in Memphis and Millington, they try to help the tribes out. And matter of fact, we have ministries in our church that go and bring firewood and winter clothing and stuff to some of the tribes that are struggling without heat because they don't have proper heat in their home, and they don't have any resources to get wood to heat their homes.
Yeah.
So,
and they're always trying to disestablish tribes that have been we're talking the biggest, most established tribes in America. They're attacking them even.
Yeah.
This investor, I told you about the investor, he went and bought, I have this property and it's an acre. So that's 300 feet. And then I have another 110 feet down the road and there's 180 between it. So this entire block on the other side of the public easement that runs parallel to our private drive is like this big, huge chunk of land. And this investor went and bought this land, and he's trying to take our public road and claim it as his private land. And in order to take over, you can't just do that. And there's a statute, 69646. He's saying, well, that mentions tribal lands, and so I don't have to comply with it. He said that in federal court, that he doesn't have to comply with that statute because it involves tribal land. And so basically they're trying to disestablish Choctaw Nation as a tribal territory.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This investor, just crazy stuff. They're constantly trying to.
Well, this is one of the reasons that most of the tribes have really set limitations on anybody applying for tribal recognition. And in the Namsen mind, my tribal relation to that goes back 5 generations, which is well within the realm of being able to be accepted. And I have a full, extensive record, genealogical record of that. Plus, I have the DNA proof, and but trying to get it, from being on the outside is almost impossible.
There's a lot of greed too. They don't want to share what they have.
Well, you can't blame them because they get monetary gifts from the government. They get medical from the government. They get food from the government. So they have really become the socialized tribe because of the government's input into them. And yet the government has continuously lied to the tribes over and over and over again. And they have encroached on tribal lands over and over and over again.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
these people, there's a lot of people who are tribal, either they're members or they're not. There's a lot of Native American ethnicity right here in my community, a lot. And because this is a Choctaw nation, they want everybody out. They don't want to share the resources, because if you're a tribal member, you have to they all have to share resources, the food banks and the hospitals and the clinics and the education. They all have to share that. And
Right.
it's like they pit the tribes against each other. You know what I mean? It's a competition, and wow, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, and a lot of the ways of the tribes are, I was in it because I wanted them to save the languages, because so many of the languages were dying out. And back then they were trying to create dictionaries to teach the young people, because the elders were the only one that spoke the language, and they were the only ones that could tell them the meaning of these words, and they were dying off, and it was going to be lost. That was my reasoning for being a part of the American Indian Association. And it's still dying off, unfortunately. We're losing those languages.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty much across the board too. There's very few that speak native of any language. Sadly, that's common, but I remember growing up with my grandma, and we always wows and stuff, and I enjoyed that,
Right.
And
yeah, and Teresa made a good point. She said the only times Native Americans have been important was the writing of the Constitution and as code talkers. And we would not have won World War II without the code talkers. You remember when the movie came out, Code Talkers? Mm-hmm. We went into the movie theater down in Memphis, Tennessee, and everybody sitting in there was Asian. There was not a Native American one in there. It was all Asian people, because they knew what the code words were, so they could send it back to wherever, so that they would know if this comes again, that they would have the words. Yeah. So, there's good and bad in everything. But I'm proud of the stock that I came from, because I know the Native American tribes, because I've gone through several tribes, getting past the Namsamond, because they intermarried with the different tribes. They would trade women for favors and all this other stuff within the tribes. And so I'm learning a lot from that.
Awful.
It was awful, but it was the reality that they lived in, and so many of the women became trade items with the American traders, the settlers that came. They were traded off for a bag of beads or a pelt or something that they wanted, a weapon.
Wow.
So
wow.
But we have to honor and respect those elders, because they gave us so much more in the long run than we could ever repay.
Mm-hmm. Well, now there's just so much like politics, and they get people that are in power in the tribes, and they're not about representing tribal people. They're really not. And sadly, some of the tribes are more pure, and they protect against that. The other ones, it's just,
Yep. And Teresa said there was over 25 tribes that were code talkers. That's true. They focused on the Navajo in that movie, but we did actually get to meet some of the code talkers before they passed away. And I tell you, that was a conversation that I really appreciated, and I really respected those men. I really, truly respected those men. So, if you have an area where they do the powwows, Go and attend it. Yeah, go and attend just to see, because a lot of people don't believe Native Americans are still here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I've heard some smack talk online, like, oh, all people are bleeding. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I wish I'd taken that picture today. I was in the waiting room, waiting to be called in the court, and there was this map of every single state in the United States of America, and it showed like Cherokee letters. It's like how they're all spread out across the country, and that's one tribe. People have no idea, and that's just the tribal people. And the tribal people, it was a window of time where it was very hostile towards tribal people. That that's why there's so few people that are actually enrolled, because that window of time, if people didn't enroll, then my dad has more Cherokee than my mom does. His grandpa was half Cherokee, half French, and they I mean, it just depends on where they were, what was going on during that time, and the hostility, So you have a lot of people in this country that probably have a lot in their DNA, but they can't get enrolled. And that's sad. I think that should change. So there's a lot of Native American blood in this land, and
Well, we got to understand too.
The membership. That's what they count.
Yeah, and we have to understand too that we had all these tribes from the east that was being pushed westward on the Trail of Tears. And
Great grandma.
that's where some of my relatives got off the Trail of Tears and went down into Mississippi. And into Tennessee. Yeah. And Tennessee has a large Indian community here, several generations down, but that's can't.
My fourth great grandma.
Oh, wow.
Judith Cloud.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she crossed the Trail of Tears. It's a Chutu Kihuma. She crossed the Trail of Tears with her mother, and then later went in captivity with Penn Indians.
Right.
And Union troops. It wasn't just the Penn Indians; it was Union troops.
Yeah. Well, part of the reasons I don't pursue this further than I have is basically I'm not in it to get tribal recognition. But the tribe that I would have been able to, they are closed anyway. But I did send in and submit the genealogy to show them, you have other members out here that could be part of this. But I don't want to take away from the tribal members that have been in the tribe and the full-blooded Native Americans that are still around. I don't want to take from them. When we go after as an outside source, going after becoming a tribal member, we're taking away from those other tribal members when we come in, because everything is socialized in that tribe. Yeah. And y'all, they have suffered tremendously. You talk about slavery in America. Well, this was a wrong in America that should have never happened. These people should have never been forced from their lands. And we need to show them respect when we see them in public. And we do.
Acknowledge that Indians were slaves too.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even acknowledge that.
Well, they don't acknowledge that they were slaves, but they were also slave owners, depending on the tribe.
They were. I have law books from 1600s to 1800s, and I have cases. It talks about, and in the 1600s, when they declared a class of different classes of people who were slaves.
Yep.
Anybody who was mixed with Negro or mixed with any kind of Indian blood or mixed with Latino, they had names for them. And if you had like even a little bit of that in your blood and you were a part of a tribe that wasn't considered civilized, you were basically made a slave forever. That's how when they basically emancipated a certain set of Indians, then they based on whether or not they were Christians, they based on whether or not they were considered civilized tribes. So any tribe who didn't surrender to the demands of the white man, if they were any of them in slavery, they were made slaves forever because they were with a band of Indians that had not surrendered. And that,
and unfortunately, Unfortunately, we still have slavery going on in America because we have them coming across our border every day.
Yeah. And there's slave products. You have children out there in mica mines, micas and paints and makeup and electronics and just all kinds of products that's used globally. You have child slave labor being used, and they I don't know why those countries aren't sanctioned, and why those products are being brought over here, why these corporations are allowed to get rich and well, they put laws in place supposed to protect. No, they investigate and go into these countries, these organizations who are against modern slavery, and they expose it, and they get no support. It's just like the cocoa bean fiasco. Oh, it was just a few years ago. Went before Congress, and the person who brought it before Congress was whipped, basically, for trying to present that, that there's current day slavery going on. And
well, not only that, but the thing of it is that we're having children, minors being brought across the border for nothing other than the sex slave trade.
Oh yeah, the trafficking. That's global.
And it's awful. Yes, and Teresa, you're correct. Wokeism is slavery as well, because we can be brainwashed into doing just about anything. And we're seeing a lot of that this day and age. Unfortunately, we see the brainwashing happening. That's why I don't like my TV going all the time, and I'm not online all the time. I'm in my Bible. That's where I need to be. So that's where I go. But I wanted to share it with y'all, the little feather thing, because that was something that we did.
Oh my gosh, that was so pretty. That flag thing.
Yeah.
Feather. Did you paint that?
I painted that.
Wow. I have not seen any of your videos on that.
Well, I haven't put any out. That's why.
Oh my
I need to pull out my husband's regalia, because most all the beadwork I did.
Talented.
Yeah, most of the beadwork I did was on that.
Those videos
on his regalia.
Viral. You painting a feather like that. I would sit there and be mesmerized and watch those. If you videos of you painting those, I would just be like.
And I've got free turkey feathers out in the coop.
Oh my word!
But I did applique beadwork for a long time, and I did some leather work. As I was learning more about my Native American. Now, look, I do not put out there that I'm Native American, because I'm not 100% anything. I am a Heinz 57 variety puppy dog, and I will tell you that in a heartbeat. But I am very proud of that history and heritage.
Well, so you look like you have Native American in you. You can see the features.
Yeah, well, my dad's side, there's Native American there, and it goes way back. But my grandmother, she looked like she walked right off the reservation. And her mother looked like she walked off the reservation. Unfortunately, I don't have the pictures anymore. I have to go find the pictures again. Yeah, beadwork. I learned a few words in Cherokee here and there. I don't pick up languages very easily. Now, both my daughters pick up language really, really easily. But I was a big proponent for promoting Native Americans in our community when I worked with the AIA. And I think Alfonso wants to come back up.
Really? Hey, Alfonso, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hey, Alfonso, up here together. Yay, Alfonso. Buddy.
Well, I like it like that. I like it better like this. I like it better like I have it.
Hey, Missy, how are you?
Glad to see. Yeah, I was listening. I was driving back from Tahlequah. I was coming back from I had to go to, I went to Cherokee Nation today. Just some pretty buildings. Oh my gosh. And so I went out to have coffee with my dear friend and chatted with her for a while. So coming back, I was listening to you and I was so just blessed.
Wow.
I turned my radio off. I said, oh no, I'm going to listen to Alfonso.
Teresa, I need to get with you on the basket trade. My friend Sandra McBrain wants to learn how to do basket trade.
Albums.
You're releasing
Huh?
2 new albums?
You have my new album by the
All
Clones.
All right.
Okay. Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So am I having another bingo? Do you want me to put some free downloads in
Yes,
as a
please.
prize?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
That'd be
But I
awesome.
want you to play too. I want you to play too. And if I call your name, obviously we'll just give you something else.
Well,
You didn't
I
want
think
to
it
play
wouldn't be
because
fair.
so I was like, no.
I
You
think it
can
wouldn't be
play.
fair, because if I'm donating my
So
blood,
on my bingo, I do like cash. I have a Walmart gift card, or PayPal for International, and some Robux, and oh my gosh, all this yarn I just got. I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to do a giveaway.
oh my
This
God, you
yarn.
see the thrift store I
Craft
work
stuff.
at, they have a whole bunch of yarn. They have a section with just
What
yarn
now?
and all that. At the thrift store, they have a whole section where they have yarn. The
Oh,
craft section.
really?
Yes.
Teresa, that would be wonderful to do a video on working clay and making clay pottery. That would be
Ooh,
awesome.
yeah. Nice. Oh my gosh, Alfonso, did you see her feathers she was showing earlier?
No.
No.
I don't know what I did with them.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful feathers. Like with that has like the flag and stuff on it. One had like an eagle. I was like mind blown. I'm like, girl, you've been holding out. You've been holding out.
There it is.
Wow.
Let's see if I can get it in.
God,
There's the eagle on it.
that is like amazing. Oh my gosh, you do a video doing that. I'm telling you, that will be viral, Susan. That will be your viral video.
And
Like,
this is the one.
nobody
get it in
on
one
YouTube
spot.
is doing that. I'm not.
This
You know what? The feather remind me of the dream
How
catcher from New
beautiful
Mexico.
that is. What? How
Now,
do
this
you
is the one by
do
my
that?
friend Sandra McBroom, and it's done on feathers also. I don't think that's a turkey feather, though. I don't know what kind of feather she put that on, but it's beautiful. She even did the beads at the bottom. Yeah, I play the native flute, but I have not played it in a long time. I love
Wow.
listening to flute music. Well, listen, we're going to let Alfonso play us out of here because we've been on here for over 3 hours, and I have got to take care of chickens.
Yeah. And
I love being with everybody, though. I tell you the truth.
I got to come up and visit with you. I hated to miss you again.
Well, I need you to come on again.
All right.
I will.
Yes, come and dine.
Yes.
What happened?
That's awesome, Teresa.
I'll play you in my
I've been having problems with this organ lately. Let me try with just the piano.
Thank you, Alfonso. That was beautiful.
You're
Blessings.
welcome.
Love you, my friends. Thank you for coming in. Y'all, be back next week. We don't know what we'll be talking about until then, but we will be back. God
All right.
bless everybody. Have a
Yes.
great night.
Bye, everybody.
All
Bye
right.
bye.